Hi mamas, this is Priya from MomsPumpHere, and I am live from my backyard for hashtag The Pink Life, our summer series. And every week I am doing this just for you until our next season rolls out with Super Sue in September. So join me every Wednesday morning at 8:30 in the morning. I've had my cup of coffee, I'm ready to go. So I just found this. Aren't these so cute? I know kids love to play with dandelions. I don't even know. Mine doesn't even work. There we go. But I was exploring, so I live here in New York, and I have a beautiful big backyard, but this morning I found this on the floor. How cute is that? Well, it is cute because it's blue and it's an eggshell. So we have a nest, a red-breasted robin is nesting in our shed, and this fell out of the nest. Isn't that adorable? So if you find little treasures like this, make sure you save them for the kids over the summer. They'll love them. You can collect them and enjoy them together. In the fall, you can reflect on what you guys did. So this episode for hashtag The Pink Life, we're going to be discussing how you can live your best life as a mommy. So it's really tough. You're juggling a million things. We talk about this all the time. You know, maybe you have a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, you might have older kids and a baby, you're nursing, you have to manage a household, some of you have to go back to work. It's not easy. How are you living your best life? And every week I really want to chime in with you guys and find out what you guys are doing, to share what I've been doing over the summer. So I just enrolled my kids in track and field, and so my kids are a little older. So they have sort of like a pseudo summer camp thing going on every Monday, and today of course they have track and field and tennis, so I keep them occupied. I'm getting bitten here. I keep them occupied during the summer, so they have something to do. But while they are doing their quote-unquote summer camp thing, Mama walks, there's a track there, so I walk around. So what I do to live my best life during the summer is I take advantage of the little moments I have to do a little extra cardio or exercise. So as you can see, I am not a size 4. I am a big girl. I am 5'8", and my weight is questionable. So after I had my 3rd child, it was really hard for me to lose weight. And with juggling businesses, it wasn't, I didn't make it a priority like I should have. So now what I do is I take advantage of every little moment I have just to exercise. So this past week I did it's a 400-meter track, and I did 1 mile around the track just to get, my heart racing a little bit, to get my legs. I mean, they were a little bit sore the next day, but I made sure I got out there while they were doing their thing and I walked around. So if your kid's a little older, if they're in camp and you have to pick them up or drop them off or whatever in the morning, take advantage of your time, take the stroller with you, push your baby around in the park, do something during the week, at least once during the week, during the summer. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, of course, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's a different story, but in the Northern Hemisphere, at least take advantage of the warm weather. When it's raining, you can still take the baby for a walk, use some type of umbrella or cover for the stroller. If it's of course a downpour, you can't do that, but definitely take advantage of it. So I want you all to live your best life this week. Take advantage of the time you have again with your baby and just make it happen. So one of the big things that I wanted to discuss was water safety for the summer. So I want to give a huge shout out to one of my favorite moms. Her name's Kateria, and she just recently posted a video with her child. She runs Moms for Healthy Moms, and what she does is she works out, she posts her videos. So shout out Kateria. And she posted a video of her baby Lana swimming in the pool with floaties, and it really jogged some. What is that the word, jogged? It really reminded me of all the important things you need to remember during the summer when you have water and you have your baby. So either you're at a pool, you're at a beach, you're at a community pool. There are lots of things you have to take into consideration. So one big thing is, of course, having your eyes on your child. So tip number one is making sure that you always have your baby in full view. Do not take, that might seem like helicopter-ish, but do not take your eyes off your child when you're in the water. There might be other people around, everybody might be having fun, you have bigger kids. Of course you're gonna wanna keep all the kids close to you, like a mama bear should, but when you're in the water, do not take your eyes off your child. That's like my biggest pet peeve. I'll go to the community pool or I'll be at the beach and I see a little baby running around. I'm like, where's the mom? And then I'm like staring at the child like, okay, do not get hurt because I don't know where your mom is. So make sure you keep your eyes on your child. If you go to an amusement park this summer, that is a huge thing. Make sure you are always paying attention to what your child is doing. Mom should not have to mother other kids when they're out in public. Sometimes it happens, and we have to. So if you are a mom, or you know, whatever, you're out and about and you're shopping, you're by yourself, and you see another kid by themselves, and you're just wondering what's. Don't be afraid to speak up either. It's important to let other moms know. You might sound like a bee, but you know, you gotta let other moms know you can't leave your child alone. So make sure that you are keeping your eyes on your child. Make sure that you, if you're out by yourself, that you speak up for other children who might possibly be lost. And it's happened to me. I've been on the train here in New York City, and I had a 10-year-old sitting next to me say, "Excuse me, ma'am," he was so sweet. "Excuse me, ma'am, I don't know where my aunt is." So apparently his aunt got off the train and left him. She was an 18-year-old, but that's another story. And I had to ride all the way into where his neighborhood was with him for his dad to pick him up. Thank God I have my phone, but it was late at night. It was not a happy situation. But I did the right thing, and I encourage you all to do the right thing. Second big tip. So you're at the beach. Do you know what a riptide is? So you hear it all the time. People get caught in riptides, they get dragged out, they drown, they die, they suffocate. It's a whole bad situation. So a riptide is, you can visually see a riptide. So if you're at the beach and you see the waves coming in like this, right? You'll see counter waves like that coming in. So riptide visually is when there are counter waves. So there are two different currents that are meeting that will grab somebody and pull them in. So if you see a riptide, be very conscious of what's going on. Again, if you're with your child, your older kids swimming out in the ocean, make sure that if you see a riptide, you stay away from it. So one wave is coming this way and one's coming this way. So there's sort of like a separation in the water of waves going like this. So just be conscious of it when you're at the beach. If you as a parent get stuck in a riptide, so it was in the news yesterday that 80 people formed a chain in Miami to save 9 people who were stuck in a, so I guess a mom and a child, something happened, they were caught in a riptide, and then family went out to save them, and another couple went, and 9 people eventually got caught in the riptide trying to save the original group of people, and then 80 people had to create a chain in the water. I'm sorry guys, but there's a lot of noise here. There's like so much construction going on, but they had to create a chain in the water to save these people. So if you are caught in a riptide, you have to swim parallel to the shore. How do I know this? Because I have children who will take risks. My oldest child, he will swim out so far, and we have to constantly be like, come back closer, come back closer. If you are caught in a riptide, swim, so parallel, so this is the shore, parallel is like this. So a riptide is like that. Again, what I said. So if you're caught in a riptide, you're swimming like this, parallel to the shore. So make sure, I mean, it's a really frantic situation. If the waves grab you, you're gonna freak out a little bit. But try to keep a level head, and remember you gotta swim parallel to the shore, and tell your children, even practice it with your kids. It's really important. And if you're stuck with your baby, God forbid that happens, you know, do everything you can to catch everybody's attention so you can get help if you're out in the ocean. Now, if you are in a pool, okay, so there are 2 things here if you have a pool. Sometimes if you have your own pool, you know already you have to get the gates if you have a baby, right? You have to get those black gates that they put around the pools to prevent kids from falling in. But if you're visiting somebody's house and say they don't have that, again, all eyes on your baby. I cannot stress that enough. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. Pay attention to your child. All eyes on your baby if you're at somebody else's pool. If your child falls in and your back is turned, you don't know what can happen. You know, you think babies float or whatever. May not be the case. And worst case scenario, something happens to your child. You do not want that to happen. There are a lot of classes where you can practice CPR on babies. So 2 things. You can find CPR information online, although it's not the actual practicing. It's information about on YouTube videos about doing CPR. It is so loud here. Oh my God, there's so much construction. So I'm going to talk a little bit louder. So go onto YouTube, find CPR videos, practice the CPR videos. Don't exactly practice on your child, practice on a doll, or get classes where you can practice CPR. So in case of an emergency, in case your child falls into a pool or another child falls into the pool, or you're at home and something happens in the bathtub, you'll know what to do. Huge, importantly. Importantly, that sounds weird. So the next one, all right, so, okay, I'm a brown girl. My daughter is 10 shades darker than me. My husband's darker than me. He's Jamaican. I still put sunblock on my child. So no matter what your shade, what your melatonin levels are, is that the word, melatonin? Remember to always put sunblock on. You can still be affected. The ozone layer is wearing away. There's UV rays are very strong, especially this time of the year. Always put on sunblock. Now, you see it says 50 here. And by the way, I am not promoting this brand. Just making a disclaimer. I'm just showing you. There's a 50 here. But you can go, the rule of thumb is like a 35, 25 level. I just grabbed this running into the store and I just been using it. And that's really all you need. And just remember, hat, long sleeves if you're out at the park or whatever. But keep your baby covered, especially if you have a newborn. You always question, I have a newborn, should I take the newborn to the beach, right? At 2 months. So if you do that and you go to the beach when your baby's 2 months old, make sure you have a tent. We have lots of those pop-up tents you can get at Target or at Walmart. But make sure you have a tent, and you have SPF, and you have a hat for your baby, and extra clothes for them to cover up if you need to. So this is always important, and it doesn't matter what shade of your skin you have, you still need to wear sunblock. I know that sounds like I'm like lecturing you, but it's still important. You can still get skin cancer and you have to be careful. And the sun does where you're at. And of course, staying hydrated in the summer. Make sure your baby's always hydrated. Check in, have a sippy cup, have extra water for them. Breastfeed as frequently as you can because that's still fluids for your baby, and just make sure that they're safe. So you can use my tips. I will post information in the comments later on. You could view. I'll write a blog with the summer tips, and I'll post it in the comments. So you guys have it. You could refer back to it if you don't want to watch the video, or watch the video again and just check out my tips. Now, big shout out to a couple of nursing rooms that came in. We've had a wonderful relationship with the Human Mothers, Human Babies Coalition. Am I saying it right? I hope I'm saying it right, of Georgia, and they are phenomenal. We helped them out with an event last year, and we're planning to do so again this year again. But they have tons of locations in Georgia and tons of moms, and they submitted a location to the MomsPumpHere nursing locator on the website, via the app. And we approved it this week, but they have a beautiful nursing room. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Mercy Park. It's Children's Mercy Park in Kansas. And they submitted their location, but there is no nursing room there. But what they made sure to mention was that there were first aid stations. So it's not always easy. You might not be financially, companies might not be financially prepared to create a nursing room, but if they can accommodate moms in some way, shape, and form, that is perfect. I will take it. So they submitted their first aid stations. They have multiple first aid stations at the Mercy Park in Kansas, and there are a lot of stadiums like that. We have every NFL stadium, every baseball stadium listed on the Nursing Room Locator app. We even have the Canadian stadiums listed, and we're working on more overseas that we'll have soon. So make sure you check out the Moms Pump Here Nursing Room Locator app. One disclaimer, we are updating the app, so if you're having problems loading locations, that's because of it's been working perfectly all this time, but now because of the new phone grades. So I think iPhone 10 is coming out or something, the operating system. So we need to upgrade the app to accommodate the new operating systems that are coming out. So if you're having issues loading locations, that's the only reason why. It's because we have a new phone, and then we made some security changes on the server to protect all the information we have for moms, users, and locations. So the website is available, MomsPumpHere.com. Check it out. We have blogs, like this, we have locations, lots of great stuff. Reach out to me if you have any questions. And check out our new product, Just Add Breast Milk. It is phenomenal. Moms can add 2 ounces of their breast milk to our carry ingredients so they can use it on their skin to soothe, moisturize, and heal their baby if there are like diaper rashes or anything like that. So make sure you check it out. And thank you for joining me today. Again, if you have any questions, message me, private message me, and I'll reply. And join me next week. So I have a second live Facebook today with Jessie Behrens at about 1:30. So I did not promote it, but because I wanted to surprise you guys. So she has some great tips for my classy baby about sign language. So make sure you join me at 1:30 this afternoon. I know, right? 2 live Facebooks on one day. I'm on a roll. So make sure you join me at 1:30, and we'll have some great tips for sign language with your baby. Okay, I'll see you all later. Bye.